What's up, everyone? So you might hear lots of people say they have the best training program or suggest that this program or that program is the best for whatever you're trying to accomplish. That's cool. That's fine. We're not here to talk about the best. Today, we're talking about the worst training program, period. But before we dive into what I think are bad training programs, let's understand a little bit about what a good training program is, right? Because by nature, the worst program is going to kind of be the opposite of the best program. And in short, I'll keep it short, I promise. If we had to define what the best program is, a universal term, the best program is the training program that gets you closest to achieving your goals in the shortest period of time. So in other words, it's a program that allows you to achieve whatever goal you're trying to achieve without having to waste your efforts. Now, there's many different programs for many different goals. But when we think about underlying aspects that make up a good program, well, they're things that we might think are kind of, on the surface, obvious, but critically important. So a good program is something that helps you achieve your goals, but obviously it's a program that you're doing. So when we talk about bad programs, the worst program, if we had to give a quick definition to it, is a program that never makes any progress towards achieving your goal. It's a program maybe that actually takes you backwards. You don't even get closer. You actually get further away from your goal. A bad program, or the worst program, is one you're not going to be able to do. It's a program that you're not going to be consistent with. The worst program or the best program is not centered around the argument as to what exercises necessarily you're doing, but instead as to whether or not the program itself can actually be followed. Can it be done consistently? Is it something you can do over and over again to actually make progress? Because as we know in training, in order to make gains, you need to do your training program and do it not just one day, but multiple days in a row, maybe a week, a month, a year, until you see the gains that you want to see. So the worst program is one you're not actually going to do. Now you might say, well, that's a really kind of a cop-out answer, Max, but it actually holds a lot of depth to it when you unravel that concept. Because if the worst program is one that we're not going to do, or I guess you could also argue one that's going to get you hurt, right? If we're thinking about in terms of maybe setting you back, then we can take that approach when we try to make a program, or when we ourselves do a program, to realize that initially we need to look at whether or not this program is doable. Is it something we can consistently perform? And that might be the number one question you need to ask yourself. Number two in that regard would be, yes, maybe it's doable, but is it something I actually am going to enjoy doing? If you don't enjoy your program, you're not actually going to do the program. So the worst program is the program that you're not going to do, whether it is not possible for you to accomplish, whether it is a dangerous program, or whether it's just not enjoyable. Those three factors we need to understand, because if we can make sure those three factors are removed from our program, then our program probably isn't going to be the worst program. Now, I guess you could throw in a fourth factor, and that potentially could be that the program itself needs to actually work towards the goal, right? If you want to get better at running, maybe swimming isn't the best option. But we're going to leave that out of the program for now, because I just want to focus on the three main ones, and that is you're actually doing it, it's safe, and it's enjoyable. So that is how you make the worst program possible, is to make it all three of those, but on the opposite end. So I say, or not all three of those, I should say. You make it not safe, not enjoyable, and not something you can actually do. So I appreciate you guys listening. I hope you enjoy these videos. As always, thank you so much. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a follow. Let me know some other factors that you might think are important for this program itself, or for this program, for an effective program, and what things make a program kind of suck and not very fun. Comment below. Let me know. I'm curious what you say. I know those are my 3, but maybe you have your own 3 in some areas that you want to make sure you share so others can hear it too. So I appreciate y'all, and thanks for listening, and hope you enjoy.